cars and rope chains. A time and a place where everybody had a hustle. Some people had brains, some people had muscle, some people had both, a dangerous combination. A couple steps ahead of any sticky situation. Know when to make the move and know when to stay and be patient. And just because you're flesh and blood doesn't make you related. She used to tell me a story about the amazing glaze. Him and your pops was like brothers, but that nigga was crazy. Me in early late 80s, Brooklyn the murder capital, where it wasn't frowned on if you had to bust a cat or two. Just keep it rational, never radical. Watch your attitude, and if you made it out, and show your gratitude.
Hey, good day, everybody. Hey, thank you for joining me. Just in case you join me for the very first time, I'm your host, the real Brian Clay Gibbs. Hey, smash that like button, subscribe, share, support. Hey, you know what? I was listening, kind of behind, listen to the Shannon Sharp and Wallo 267 interview. And you know what, man? Shout out to Wallo. Because once again, man, this individual, hey, I gotta say, like his grandmother say, is special. I'm a fan of Wallo. I remember, shout out to my man Rodney Branch. He put me up on Wallo probably about 5 years ago or whatever. And you know what? This guy had been true to his cause. He don't deter. He don't stray away. He embraced it. He did time. Was a criminal. Came home. Got his life together. And doing great things. But what's good about him? Like, look what he say. He had to forgive his brother killer. Sit back and think about it. That's deep. I'm talking about right now was, to me, I don't know. Somebody did something to someone I love and care about. You know, you're right. What you want to do is you want to take exact revenge. That's it. Because that's the only thing we think we know. But this man, like, nah, I can't do that. I can't. And you know what? When my mother died, I kind of can reflect upon what he's saying, because until you out there dishing it out, it's easy to dish it out. But when you got to receive it back, it's a different. Because when I was out there doing my dirt, I was dishing it out. You know, I didn't think or care about the victim, their family, their feelings. It took the death of my own mother to help me to understand the pain and suffering that I inflict upon the victim and their family. And that type of pain you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. Listen to Wallo, and like I tell you right now, man, like, comment, share, and tell me what y'all think. One love.
Your brother's killer. How long did it take you? Because they say forgiveness is not for the person that wronged an individual. The forgiveness is for the person that's been wronged.
May came to see me. So my niece, she come to see me the week after her dad get killed. This the first time I meet this little. I'm telling you, she was like 4 or 5. She was like probably 4 or 5, but she was like 50. So when she came in there, she ran around in the visiting room. She jumped on my lap. She said, "Oh, when you come home, you're not leaving. You're not coming back, is you?" I'm like, "No, I'm not coming back." She said, "I need you to take me here." She telling me all this stuff. And my nephew there too. I'm just talking to him. And I'm like, damn, somebody finally counting on me. Somebody looking at me in the way I never had nobody look at me. You see what I'm saying? In that way, my little brother, I was always in the penitentiary, so my little brother Jalal, we really didn't have the time. So I'm like, damn, this little person looking at me like that, she putting a lot of power and a lot of energy on me. And so I already had it in my mind, because I'm gonna just tell you something. Shannon, I'm not built like that to go kill no black man. I'm not built like that. I'm not designed like that. I'm not tough like that. I'm not ruthless like that. I'm not heartless like that. That's just not me. And my worst fear in the history of life, I don't give a how I die. I don't care what happened. But if a black man kill me, you're gonna hear my scream until life end for everybody. You're gonna hear my pain. My tears is gonna flood the ghettos of America. I don't care about nothing else. But don't let me go out like that. So I said to myself, I ain't built like that. Well, I want you dead because I don't know. Listen, I don't know what happened that night, why it happened. Only thing I know is my brother got shot. He ran to my grandma's house. He opened the door. He died of the arms. I ain't built like that to see nobody else go out like that. I ain't built like that. I ain't cut like that, Shannon. I'm just now, I ain't designed like that. Just because you hurt Nanny, I don't want to hurt your grandma. For what? If I hurt your grandma, when the shit gonna stop?
It's a continuous cycle. You said that by not retaliating, it gave you the freedom to spend time with your family.
When I got out of jail, right, I ain't have a lot, but I had everything. Because I remember something. Back in the day in the ghetto, we ain't had nothing, but we had each other, so we had everything. So I'm like, damn. I told her I was gonna take her to these places that I ain't even know I had to take her to them.
Right.
Because I ain't know these places. I just was telling her, I'm in jail.
Well, I'm facing 2 murders, kidnapping, weapon charges. Guess what happened? Yeah, I'm a menace. Because
Ryan had associated himself with probably the most ruthless and notorious cocaine crack enterprise in the city, that being Howard Pappy Mason and Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols.
NYPD rookie police officer was murdered, executioner style. And as I'm listening to that, I'm like, whoa.
You actually dealt with Brian Glaze Lives, huh?
I dealt with him years ago, back in the 80s, early 90s. I was with he was arrested by my partner back in those days for several murders himself.
Not bad. That was given to me by a police officer in New York called Matt Byrne, whose son was gunned down by these drug dealers up there in New York City.
Glaze was probably within the top 10 people in the city, but I'm going to say that he was probably one of the top 2 or 3 in Brooklyn. Drug dealers, and controlled the drug organization.
And you know what I did? When I got the phone, I told my man, the next time we see him, he's out of here. Yeah. Less than 12 hours, that nigga was dead.
This is the second person you murdered? No. Because, like right now, if you're going by the timeline, by that time, there's a few more before him.
You know, I heard so many good things about you. What I really like is, I know you're a tough guy. And I've known that for quite a while, and you changed your life, and you're coming around, and you're right. We're from New York. We're New Yorkers. No matter what color you are, no matter what religion you are, no matter what you are, you know, we're New Yorkers.
Well, he was a drug kingpin himself. He was a drug lord himself back in those days, and he operated out of Brooklyn, East New York, and you know, he committed a lot of violent acts himself. So, if anybody knows the streets, I mean, he knows the streets.
Tottenham. Yeah, you gotta worry about them guys. But we only have to worry about those guys in Vanderveer and stuff. You know, we all knew Glaze and Tut and all those guys.
Yeah.
I know Glaze, Supreme Team. What up, Glaze? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, inside the mind of the killer, the Brian Glaze Gibbs story. Okay, I'll check that out.